working on yourself in business and in life. And if you truly embrace that and understand that, you understand that that is a life lesson. That is a life project. You would never, ever be perfect. So you're always building, you're always working on yourself. In life and in business, the same exact thing. Now, especially in business and network marketing, we're always working on certain things. We're always working on learning different schemes, concepts, developing different skills every single day. Why? Because the skills that we need, the skills needed to build a large organization in any network marketing company, 99% of people who get involved do not possess those skills. So you have to continue to work on yourself every single day so you can become more and more and more skillful. Does that make sense? All right, so what I want to do really quickly, I want to start this training with some good energy, some great energy. I'm going to try my best not to get too passionate so I can save my voice as much as possible. But when the spirit just hits me, I just go. So that being said, everybody go ahead and unmute yourself. If you can unmute yourself, and if I can see your beautiful faces, I want to interact with you guys. I want to make sure that you're paying attention. As a teacher, as a coach, I don't want to just make sure you're in the classroom. I want to make sure you're in the lesson. You're paying attention. You're taking notes. Why? Because biggest learners are the biggest earners. The biggest learners are the biggest earners. I need to make sure that you're getting this stuff and you're receiving the information the right way. So now when you go apply the right information, you're going to get an experience, and now we can tweak that. We can tweak that. But I have to keep you guys great, because I have learned and realized that 99% of people, no matter how excited they are, no matter how much they want to win, they do not know and understand what it takes to win in any network marketing company or in business in life. They just don't know. But especially network marketing, because network marketing is not taught in school. You only truly learn how to be a successful network marketer if you're blessed to find a company and be surrounded by people, or at least one or two individuals who has the knowledge, the experience, the results, but also the patience and the time to take their time to work with you and train you and teach you and continue to drill that information to you. Does that make sense? So it's a lot that we have to learn. So if you can turn your cameras on, you can do that. Please, that is awesome. And again, look at the participants and see which one of your team members are not on this call. And please go out of your way to convince them, call them to come to everything. Why? Because I'm about to go over the prospecting and recruiting skill set. I'm about to go over the gateway skill set. And why is that important? Why is learning how to recruit, learning how to put people in front of information, learning how to close people, learning how to sign people up, learning how to insert people into the organization, help them to launch their business? Why is that a make or break skill set? Why is that dire? Because if you do not learn how to recruit, you will not make money. It's that simple. If you do not know how to recruit, and I don't mean, of course you can make a couple of dollars here and there, $17 check, $100 check, a $50 check, but we did not get involved in network marketing to make an extra $17 part-time, an extra $100 part-time, an extra $75 part-time. No. So in order to make the income of $1,000, $2,000 per month, notice I didn't say 10, 20, 50,000. I said 1 to 2,000. To do that, you have to learn how to recruit. That's why I'm taking the time, even as hoarse and raspy as I sound right now, I'm taking my time and I'm gonna knock this train out. So that being said, on the count of 3, I just want to know, how does everybody feel? Remember, everything we do is a show. Everything we do with energy. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. How does everybody feel? Get your voice back, sir, because we gotta make some money. That's Hey, talking about, hey, I love that. I don't know who said that. If that was Mr. Charles, it sounded like Mr. Charles, his voice. I was looking at somebody else, but you're absolutely right. We want to get excited. We need to be pumped up. And yes, I need my voice back because I'm going to make some money. But even if I lose my voice, I'm going to make some. I'll turn it to a mime real quick and start miming the presentation. I'll figure it out because winners always find a way to win. So great job, you guys, for giving me that good energy. And I see a lot of you guys have turned your cameras on. I can see your face. Awesome. You guys don't understand what that does to any speaker. And you will truly get an understanding of how that feels when you're in the driver's seat and you're teaching your team and you're excited about that. You know this is information that they need. Make sense? All right. So now, for those, I'm seeing some new faces on this call. For those who are new, who may not know who I am, and I'm just going to quickly do the call. So everybody's call is muted right now. But as I go doing throughout the training, I want this really interactive because what's going to help me better help you is to know what you don't understand, what you're not getting, what are you struggling with. Does that make sense? Even me explaining to you that you're supposed to struggle with that, everybody struggles with that, that just taught you something. So now when you struggle, you're not getting your emotions in the bunch because you heard, oh, Mr. Bangor said I'm supposed to do that. Mr. Brown said everybody struggles. You have to go through it. Okay, good. I'm on the right path. Struggle. Does that make sense? So I want this interactive. But for those who may not know, my name is Mr. Dowda Bangor Jr., and I'm one of the founders of this company. I've been here since day one, right next to Dr. London, my mentor, my good friend, Mr. Half Man, Half Amazing, and I'm part of a group of dynamic individuals. We have another fellow founder on the call, Mr. Andre Brown. A lot of you guys have a deep connection with Mr. Andre Brown. He has been with us since the beginning as well. And then we have one of the top executive members of the company on the corporate side, Mr. Terrence Henderson, I said Terrence Henderson, Stephon Henderson, but his name says Terrence, but Mr. Henderson. And we are excited, you guys. The reason why we're excited is because we did not just launch any type of company. We did not just launch a network marketing company. We launched a company of a lifetime. And the reason why we say that is because we know this industry pays dividends. This industry changed lives. The amount of lives that this industry, network marketing, multi-level marketing changes, combined with the type of change, the degree of how that lifestyle is being changed, it's so dynamic. It's so of an eye-opener. It's so in the OMG category. It's so out of this world. It's that valuable, and it's worth knowing exactly how to fly this vehicle, knowing exactly how to make the money in any network marketing company. But you all are here with Novetica, your best choice, which makes it even more special. Why? Because we're not just ground floor, where most people find this in this company, and it's 10, 20, 30 years old. But no, we're ground floor, and we're the only company in network marketing and in retail and in online shopping and in the pet industry that's doing what we're doing. No other company in the world. Take 2 to 3 seconds to let that thing just really sink in and get a good understanding of that. How many people in the world can say what I'm doing can literally change my life as much as I wanted to be changed to? And more importantly, what we're doing, nobody else in the world is doing it. But yet, almost everybody in the world can connect to a certain degree to what we have to offer, because we're dealing with pets, those four-legged sons, those four-legged daughters. And everybody either have pets and love them or know other people that have pets and love them. So what I'm doing, I am pretty much expressing why my voice sounds like this, why I do this business around everything, and I take it super seriously by taking notes. We know readers are achievers. I'm always reading. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not always reading. I'm more of a listener because I'm always on the go. So I'm always listening, audio. I'm always learning because I understand the biggest learners are the biggest earners. So right now, we're going to talk about the gateway skill. And that is powerful. Why? We know the gateway of anything leads you to everything else, right? So the gateway skill, if we do not learn the gateway skill of prospecting recruiting, then one, we don't even put ourselves in a position to learn the other skill sets that we need to learn to generate anywhere between $1,000 to $2,000 per month residually and more. But of course, we have nobody to even teach it to, even to exercise it to. So learning how to prospect and recruit is very, very important. So hopefully we have our notes and you're ready to write this down. So I want you guys to think about this. And I said this before. How awesome, you don't have to answer, just kind of think. How awesome would it be to go somewhere for a month with your family on vacation, whatever the case may be, and you have built an organization to where that organization, that company, your business is running with or without you. Meaning you can go a whole 30 or 31 day period and not do nothing towards your business, just making sure you stay active or hitting your PV, and more 9 times out of 10, it's going to be at least 700 PV, personal volume, but that's all you have to do. And 9 times out of 10, at this point, you probably have so much auto ship sales to where you don't even have to get sales to make sure that you have 1,000 PV, let alone 700 PV. Let me see if I can record. Thank you so much for keeping me great. Better record this. Okay, so it's recording. If that makes sense. So how awesome would that feel? How awesome would it feel when you can receive a check at the end of January, and that check in January does not only cover all of your bills for January, but it covers all your bills for February, March, April, May, possibly even June, and possibly even July for the next 6 months. But guess what? You're going to get at least the same check in February. But the likelihood of that check being more in February, it's more. Why? Because your business is growing with or without you. How amazing would that be? That would be awesome, wouldn't it? A lot of people would love to be in that position. You have people that own different businesses. They've been in business for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, and they still have to run their business. They still have to be there. But within this, if you do this right, and that's what we're going to go over, that's what I'm teaching you. If you do this right and trust the process, you will build an organization to where you cannot stop it if you try to. And what I mean, you can't stop it if you try to, whether you do anything towards your business or not. Your organization will be so large with a lot of people doing a little bit, making sales here, making posts here, making sales here, signing people up here to make more sales here. And it's just ting, 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 all over your back office. Your phone is blowing up to the point where somebody said your phone is dinging, but you're so immune to the ding because you're so used to hearing the ding, you don't even recognize it. That is awesome. That is an amazing feeling. And everybody can achieve that type of success. Everybody can build that size of an organization within this company. But but here's the key. When you build a large organization with a lot of people doing a few simple things and you make a lot within an organization of a lot of people, you're going to have some me's in there. You're going to have some Mr. Browns in there. You're going to have some top leaders in your organization. They're just going to pop up. They're going to be the driving. They're the ones going to come to everything. They're the ones that you don't have to remind them to take their camera off. Matter of fact, they're helping you with your job. They're reminding, okay, come on, you guys, make sure you get your camera on. They text, hey, turn the camera on so I can see them. Because they know the importance of that. They're doing everything they have to do. And not only that, they're recruiting, bringing more and more people in, and the superstars, the rock stars just pop in. They just pop up out of nowhere. Does that make sense? And it can happen to anybody, but we have to make sure that we're applying energy and effort into our business. So, that being said, when it comes to prospecting recruiting, and also working the marketing plan, because it goes hand in hand. It goes hand in hand. Prospecting, recruiting, and working the marketing plan. So let me make sure I got the marketing plan queued up, so I don't have to like bring it up when it's time. One second. Okay, it is kind of queued up. Okay, I thought I had it queued up. It's gonna come up. 1 second, you guys. 1 second. Boom, 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 boom. It's coming. Ooh, okay. It's coming up now. So when it's time, okay, where is it? There it is. I found it. Okay. So I will get to this when it's time for me to show you guys the compensation plan. But prospecting, recruiting, and working a compensation plan. So the first thing that you want to understand when it comes to prospecting, recruiting, and everything else that we do in this company, we do in network marketing, everything we do is a show. Everything that we do is a show. And if you think of any type of show, your opera show, a circus show, a comedy show, a fashion show, any type of show, a TV show, any type of show is based off what? Energy and some type of entertainment. Does that make sense? Some type of entertainment. So same thing when it comes to prospect and recruiting. Everything's a show. Now, does that mean when I talk to somebody, I'm dancing and I'm singing, I'm trying to be like I'm on? No. But the type of energy I'm giving off, I make people go, I wonder what does he do for a living? He's always happy. He always this. They want to know more because of my energy, because of the way I come off, because of my smiles. When somebody say, "How you doing?" I'm doing great, man. Oh, I love the way it's everything we do is like it's like an aura, if that makes sense. That makes people feel good. That makes people want to be around you. That what makes people want to know, who are you? What do you do? Does that make sense? So, so that's what we say. Everything's a show as it relates to your energy, the way you carry yourself. So that's very, very, very important. So the first thing I want to talk about is mindset. Your mindset. When it comes to prospecting, recruiting, when it comes to signing people up, you have to understand and have the mindset that it's not an event. It's a process. And that's the first thing that really knocks people off their horse. It knocks people off track and makes them say, you know what, I can't do this. This is not for me. And they quit because they take the hunter's approach mentally. They feel like, especially when we talk about that 100-person list, they may feel like I got to sign up everybody on that list. The people I talk to, I got to sign them up. And I got to sign them up right when I see them or when they see the information right there, they have to sign up. No. Network marketing and prospecting recruiting, it's not an event. It's not an event. It's a process. Okay? It's a process. It takes time. It takes time. So it's a process. Your goal, write this down. Your goal is to take people from not knowing to knowing. Not knowing to knowing. And taking them from not knowing to knowing can take some time. It's a process. What do I mean by that? You can show somebody the presentation, the Zoom presentation one time, and yes, they saw it, but they may need to see it again. They may need this 6-minute video. So it's something that we do. When we talk about prospecting and recruiting, you want to take that person from, write this down, from exposure to exposure to exposure. Exposure, exposure, exposure. It takes the average person anywhere between 3 to 5 exposures before they say, okay, I'm ready to sign up. I'm ready to sign up. If that makes sense. They see it, they say, I gotta think about it, I gotta wait, I gotta talk to somebody, or now is not the right time. Cool, then you say, I will follow back up with you in a couple of days, whatever the case may be. But I want to go into that right now. I just want to kind of get the mindset, the concept, okay? So from exposure to exposure, the average person is going to take about 3 to 5 exposures before they sign on a dotted line and say, sign me up, I want to get involved. Now, don't get me wrong. You're going to have some hungry people out there. You're going to have some reds. You're going to have some people, when they see it, they say, oh, no, I'm getting in. And what's the top dollar? $675? I'm coming in for $675. Yes, and I was one of them. Every time I do anything when I get into marketing, I never took time. It was just, the only time I waited was the last company I got involved with, Dr. London, and that's because I had to wait 2 days for him to do the research of the company. But if you would have came back that same day and said yes, I would have signed up that same day. So there are people out there like that. But the average individual is going to take time. So why is that important to understand? Because when you talk to somebody, when you plant that seed of a possible opportunity, and what I mean a possible opportunity, you're sharing information to that guest about what you have to offer. It may take several conversations to even get that person in front of the information. if that makes sense. So it's a process. Take the farmer's analogy. You plant that seed of opportunity and you water that seed with excitement and what else? Information. Information within the exposure, 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 exposure. And the information can come in different forms. Let's start using this tool. It's powerful. I have signed up 3 people using this tool in the past, which is that 6.5-minute Nibetica opportunity video on YouTube. Use that video. It's powerful. Okay? You want to use that video. So that's the mindset as it relates to it's a process. And when you go through the process, you're going to learn how to develop the skill sets. You're going to learn what to say, how to do it. But understand it takes time. It takes time. Just like a child, everybody on this call, you can talk, you can walk. Some of you guys can dance. Some of you guys can speak several languages. Some of you guys can stumble, whatever the case may be. But in order for you to learn how to do that, it wasn't an event. It took time. It took a lot of time. It was a process. Same thing within this, okay? Now, that is the mindset, which is big, the mindset, okay? And the last thing about the mindset is to understand, just like a child, we all get involved in network marketing skillless. You have not done this before. You have not done this before. So just like a child, when you try to stand up and walk, you are going to fall. You are going to fail. But it's a difference between failing and being a failure. Failing goes hand in hand with success. Failure goes hand in hand with being unsuccessful, quitting, not winning, if that makes sense. So understanding that you do not have the skills right now to build a large organization is important. Why? Because when you fail, when you say the wrong things, when you put your foot in your mouth, when you fall flat on your face, you're going to laugh about it. You're going to embrace it. And you're going to learn from it. Versus saying, oh, I messed up. I can't talk. It's not for me. Does it make sense? So having the right mindset is everything when it comes to prospecting and recruiting. So all I'm doing is taking everything that's in here and giving it to you guys. So we lack skills in this business when we get involved. Write this down. What you lack in skills, you make up in numbers. What you lack in skills, you make up in numbers.
Yes, sir.
If you're somebody who can't type and you need to learn how to type, how do you learn how to type? By keep on typing. If you're somebody who can't shoot a basketball and you want to learn how to shoot a basketball, how do you learn how to shoot? You keep on shooting. If you're somebody that can't drive and you want to learn how to drive, how do you drive? Keep on driving. Just don't drive around me. Just go in the other lane, okay? Not on my street. But you guys get what I'm saying. So in this business, you lack the skills of recruiting. You lack the skills of edifying. You lack the skills of building organization. So the way that you achieve it is by doing it all the time. So what you lack in skills, you make up in numbers. You just do it a lot. And here's the second part to that quote. Skills, you make up in numbers. But when you go through your numbers, you develop and sharpen your skills. When you go through your numbers, you develop and sharpen your skills. That makes sense. Does that make sense, everyone? Any questions on that before I move to the next piece? Any questions on mindset and the process? Okay, great. Now, the next one is big too. It is big. This is what I started the call off with. Energy and posture. Your energy and your posture. Write this down. Energy plus posture equals persuasion. When you're excited, you're pumped up, and you have confidence in what you're excited about, you become more persuasive. You become more influential. People are willing to follow you. How many times have you or somebody said something to you along the lines of, oh my God, you gotta come see this? And it's like, what is it? I can't, just come on, you gotta see right now, come on. And you're like, okay, what is it? They're excited, their posture is that they're confident that you want to see what they're seeing and see why they're excited, but they can't even begin to tell you why they're so excited. They just said, you just come and see this. Your energy, your posture is important. Now, what I mean by energy, first of all, is your three best friends. Your enthusiasm, your excitement, your enthusiasm. Your posture is broken down between your confidence and your belief level of what you have to offer and what you have. So if you're confident you truly have an opportunity to beef up your bank account, if you're truly confident that this is going to change your life, now you have the posture that I know I have. Yes, when you got the juice, thank you so much, Ms. Dowell. I hope I probably did push your name. Somebody will try for a second time. So, but yes, you are absolutely right. When you have that confidence, that posture, people want to follow you. They want to know what you're doing. They're willing to check it out. Because that's the biggest piece in prospecting recruiting. It's not what you're saying, it's how you're saying it. It's not necessarily what you're doing, it's how you're doing it. That's the biggest piece. So just think about how you talk to people when you actually try to prospect recruit. Take a couple seconds and think about where you're messing up. Maybe you're not making eye contact. Maybe you're not smiling in their face. And I don't mean you just, no, not like that. I mean, that's weird. I mean, I would be like, you okay? Something wrong with you? Took a happy pill? No, but you know, this normal stuff, normal exciting. Are you doing that? When you're making your phone calls, are you laying down in your bed or laying down on your couch so when you sound like you sound sleepy? No, or are you standing up, walking, letting the oxygen flow through your lungs so you can project your voice even more and smile while you're talking so the person can hear your smile through the phone? I know you've done that before. As it relates to you can hear somebody smile. It's contagious. It's contagious. How many times somebody was laughing hard, you know what they were laughing at, but you started laughing just because they were laughing. It's that energy. It's that energy. So the point I'm trying to make is your posture is very, very important. Your energy is very, very important. That's the reason why your energy plus your posture, that's one of the main reasons why people say, you know what, okay, I'll take a look. Because they may not say, but this person is very, very excited. And the things that they say sounds like it makes sense. And don't add what I'm about to throw in next. But I don't want to move too forward because I know how my brain works. I want to make sure I hit on every point. So before I move on, any questions on that? Any questions? And please do not be afraid. I need questions. That's the type of teacher I am. I love interaction. I need to know if that makes sense. Or just let me know. Does that make sense? Somebody meet themselves. Let me know if you guys getting that.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Energy and process. Energy and process. The most important thing. The most important thing when it comes to prospecting, recruiting, and inviting people to see your business. Now we know our three best friends. We have that. Our excitement, our enthusiasm, our confidence. We have our posture. Now here's the next thing. Here's the next thing. If everybody on this call won $10 million, $10 million, and you can go pick it up, but you can only pick it up between of 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. And in order to get that $10 million, you have to call and split it with 3 other individuals, 3 other people that you have not spoke to in the last 5 years. And you only have that one day and that 1 hour to get it. It's only on the table for you, $10 million. So whatever 10 divided by 4, that's what you get. But you can only split it with 3 other people who you have not talked to, who you have not spoken to within the last 5 years. Unmute yourself real quick. How many people is going to get their money?
I'm already there.
I get my money, sir.
But you could be there, but you
Yes,
need
sir.
other people to
Get
be
my
there.
money.
Why would they be there? Because these are people who you haven't spoken to in 5 years. Maybe they even forgotten you. How would you be able to get them there?
Missing $1 million.
Yeah.
Money
Money.
not box.
You
don't always got a
You know, you might have some excitement. What else? What you gonna have?
You don't got a problem.
Now, would you all agree that you're gonna have a sense of urgency?
Yeah. You definitely have to give them
Yes,
an
sir.
incentive.
Exactly. You're not gonna say, oh my God, what? It's 2 a.m. in the morning. I've not talked to this person in 5 years, and then I call them on 2 a.m. in the morning. No, I gotta wait. I don't know. No, all you're thinking about is whatever $10 million divided by 4, whatever that share is. That's all you're thinking about is that money. I will call. Hey, Nicole, what's going on? Who is this? I know. You may even try to figure out what you're gonna say. I know this is gonna sound weird. Just do me a favor. Hear me out. Do not hang up this phone. Do not hang up this phone. I don't know if you remember me. We went to high school together. It was like 8 years ago. I remember you used to always have that pink book bag. I remember I was that one guy that was always copying your paper. You got mad. Remember that? Yes, that's me. The reason why I'm calling you, now before I even say it, after I say it, don't hang up. This is so real. It's not a scam. I just want, and you're gonna figure out something. You're gonna create something. Why? Because you want that money. Because of the sense of urgency. Why am I saying that? That's how you prospect and recruit. I can't make it up. You have to have that sense of urgency. Now, within reason. But we're talking about what? Making whatever, let's say $10 million divided by 4 is what? 2 point something million dollars? So let's say 2.5. Okay, 2.5 million. This vehicle can put you in a position to where you're making $2.5 million a year, $2.5 million every 6 months. $2.5 million every month. Like Stormy Wellington, who makes about $2.7 million a month with TLC. And she found that company ground floor. So the point I'm trying to make is, in the scenario I just gave you, that's instant gratification. We got to transition that same sense of urgency to delayed gratification, which is harder because it's longer. And that's what messes people up. We can do it really quickly, but it's long. Remember, it's not an event, it's a process. So having that sense of urgency, because remember, when you're prospecting recruiting, they don't know what you're trying to show them. It's not like you have a big deputy dog behind you and a large size Garfield behind you and there's dogs and cats, they doing it. They don't know. So they see the presentation through you. And most people, and it's not a bad trait, it's just human nature. Most people are what? Skeptical. Because we've been burned, we've been scammed, we've been lied to, we've been this, we've been that. Most people are skeptical. So understand your Leviticus season. Understand your network marketing season. What I mean by that is certain things that you're always going to expect from people. Don't try to figure out why. Just understand after every spring comes what? Summer. So you prepare for it. So if I know most people may be skeptical, I have to overcome that skepticism by doing what? Saying certain things, by the way I come off, my energy, whatever the case may be. But that sense of urgency, it's times, I've said this at least over 100 times, so I say, I know it may sound cliche-ish about an opportunity, but no. What I'm trying to share with you is as real as the nose on both of our faces right now. I am dead serious. I swear I've said something, I've said that as far as real as both our nose, but pretty much in that same order of words. So I'm being relatable, I'm being real, I'm being transparent, but at the end of the day, I'm talking from where? Am I talking from my head or I'm talking from my heart? Somebody tell me.
Heart, sir.
Yes. Yes. You stop me in traffic, you talk to me from your heart, you may get me if I'm not in a rush or late. But if you start talking from your brain, and hey, I like to do, are you interested? No, I'm not interested. So you want to be real, you want to be authentic and have that sense of urgency. Notice, I didn't say what you have to say. I didn't even got to that. This is the bread and butter. This right here is the golden ticket. This right here is the golden bullet. I hate to say bullet, but that's the first thing that came. I'm thinking about 007. Okay, so don't judge me. But you guys get me on that, right? You guys get me? Okay, so sense of urgency is big, and you have a sense of urgency with your excitement, but more importantly, through your verbiage, through your words, through the adjectives that you use. So you're going to have a sense of urgency in that what's the name? In that if you want some tickets to your favorite artist, to your favorite celebrity, whatever the case should be, and you only can go if you take one person with you, you're going to have a sense of urgency. I'm going to find somebody. I'm going to see my favorite actor, my favorite singer, I'm going to see them. You're going to have a sense of urgency. Same thing. So all I'm saying is, if we can have a sense of urgency for that, I can't assume. You guys let me know. Can we have a sense of urgency to work for our last name? Can we have a sense of urgency to build our business? Can we have a sense of urgency to change our life? Let me know. Yes, no, maybe so. Anybody want to meet themselves? Let me know.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
There
sir.
we go. There we go.
Let's get it.
Awesome. So, sense of urgency now. Next, we have to do what? Now we have to find our people. What I just went over is two things. The mindset, understanding this is a process, not an event. It doesn't happen overnight. It's going to take time. And depending on how I approach this business will determine how much time it takes for me to develop the skills. A child trying to walk every day will learn how to walk faster than the other child who's only trying to learn how to walk 2-3 days a week. You guys agree with me on that? Exactly. So we know that. We have the mindset on that. Now we also know our energy is everything. Our posture is everything. One of the reasons why I'm hoarse like every 2-3 months, because I'm always exerting this type of energy, no matter what's going on. And now the next thing that you want to understand with your energy and your posture is now we have to go find the people. We talked about our energy, we talked about our mindset, our aura. Now we talk about activity. Now we have to go find the people. And I have yet to teach it like this, but I'm gonna teach it like this, I'm gonna break it down. So when finding people, I always say you don't want to be a hunter, you want to be a farmer. I've always said that. And the reason why is because I don't want to confuse people. But I have two hats. I have a hunter's hat and I have a farmer's hat. So what do I mean by that? My hunter's hat is the hat that I have on when I'm looking for people to prospect. I'm looking for people to prospect. For people who first get involved, obviously, your hunter's hat will allow you to start creating your what? Your 100-person list of people that you know. And you don't have to look for your parents, your siblings, your hot market, you know them. Boom, boom, boom. But once you go through your hot and warm market, like a hot knife does butter, what's going to happen is that's going to make you more skillful, more comfortable with the whole process, which is going to prepare you for your best market, which is the cold market, the people you do not know. And I've been there for over a year, recruiting people who I do not know. Okay? And that's when you truly, truly possess your hunter's hat. So remember how I'm describing hunter's hat. Your hunter's hat is when you're looking for people to recruit, sharp people. So I'm out and about. If I see somebody coming out a good car, a Porsche, a Lambo, of course, some type of Porsche or Corvette or something like that, I have my eyes on them. Why? Because they had to do something to achieve that type of success. And the one thing we know in network marketing, people that need opportunity the most, people who are struggling financially, people living check to check, people living a limited lifestyle, they're the ones who seize opportunity the slowest and they take advantage of opportunity the slowest. People who need opportunity the least, who are already successful, who are already rich, who already got it going, whatever the case may be, who's already like Dr. London. And just like Dr. London, they will see that opportunity the fastest and get in and sign up 133 people for $1,000 in 3 weeks. That's what they do. Exactly. I see Ms. Baker said, huh? Yes, Ms. Baker. I was there. I was the first one she signed up. So you want to have your hunter's hat as it relates to looking for sharp people. And sharp people doesn't necessarily mean you just have money. Sharp people, my opinion, is the mindset. You can have a sharp person that's working in retail, but but you hear the way they're talking. They, hey, how you doing? Great day. They're saying certain things. Oh, you hear them complimenting in the background. Oh, I like your shoes. Anytime when I go out to a restaurant, which obviously hasn't been a long time because of what we're going through, but when I went out to a restaurant, any type of event, the hostess, the waiter, the waitress, anybody that gave me good energy, I prospect and recruited. Why? Because this company, this industry, one of the key factors and characteristics you need to be successful is what? Good energy. So if somebody that's doing it all the time, they're always bouncing, always in a good mood, and people tell them you're always happy. Anybody who knows us like that, recruit them. Recruit them. So that's what it means by having your hunter's hat on. But when I do, and I see Mr. Leslie Charles hop out of his BMW 2020, when I see that, now he's on my target. Now I take my hunter's hat off because I see my target now. And now what hat do I put on? My farmer's hat. So I only use my hunter's hat to identify the target, not hunt them down. It's a difference. So only identify the target, looking for sharp people, recruit up, things of that nature. Then when I feel like I got somebody who's sharp, who's coming off exciting, someone who has a nice car, someone who's dressing well, somebody who maybe is an owner of a restaurant, somebody who, well, not necessarily own a restaurant, but owner anything, whatever the case may be. Once I identify them, now I take my hunter's hat off, yes, and put my farmer's hat on. And I start Leviticus farming. Does that make sense? Any questions on that? I know we gotta have questions on that one. No questions? So again, for the people who first get involved, you wanna do what? Get your 100-person list. And honestly, it's people who've been here for 2 months, still don't have their 100-person list. Still don't have their 100-person list. You cannot expect for anybody to believe that you're serious about this if they say that your startup kit as it relates to launching your business and making money is that 100-person list. It's very important. Why? Because you come in skillless. The way you become skillful is by going through that list with your leaders and learn and learn and learn. So when you're done with that list of talking to everybody and reaching to everybody on that list, some of those people on that list is going to say, no, it's not for me. Some people is going to say, yes, I want to get involved. Some people are going to say, I want to think about, I want to wait. Who cares? Some will, some won't, some wait. So what? Some will, some won't, some wait. So what? Next, you just keep on going. Because that list ultimately is to do what? That list is to prepare you for what? Who can unmute themselves and tell me, since we have no questions, everybody's still on point with all my questions, if I asked anything in the past. That list is to prepare you for what?
For your cold market.
Cold market, sir.
Thank you. The cold market, that's your best market. That list is practice. So never get emotional attached to that list or anything, because that list is comprised of people that you know, your family members, your friends, your co-workers, whoever. And if you do it the right way, come off as a farmer, not a hunter, all they're going to do is tell you, no, I'm not interested. And now that bridge that you have between them is still there. So as you go through your business, they're going to watch you. Trust me on that one. They're going to watch you and they see you consistently doing stuff and you're elevating. They may come to you and say, hey, what is that again? What are you doing again? Or you can always double back and talk to them, what? With more skill sets to be more influential. Does that make sense? So you have the 100-person list. It's strictly for practice, but you will have some people on that list that's going to sign up. Just like if you would play basketball for the first time and I said, go in the gym and shoot 100 shots. And you've never shot a basketball before. But I would assume, even though it's practice, and even though you never shot a basketball before, I will hope a couple of them are going to go in. If you miss a straight 100, you need to pick up another ball. Put that basketball in. Out of 100. Some of them are going to go in, you know what I mean? So even the broken clock is right twice a day, you know what I mean? So you got that. So now you have your list. For people like Mr. John Toussaint, Mr. Coleman, people like myself, Mr. Brown, Mr. Bailey. These individuals have been here so long, they have went through their list 2-3 times. Now they have another list, which is called your active prospecting list. Your active prospecting list. Your active prospecting list is when you are adding, you ready for this? No less than 2 names to that list every single day. 2 names. I meet Dr. Kroom at the park. She's running, and I say, girl, you running? And I say a comment, have a question. I mean, not a question, but I have a conversation with her, whatever the case may be. She gives me good energy, whatever. And let's say I get her contact number, and I don't even talk about her business. I would just have a contact number, and she's like, sure. And I may get her contact number, and I give her my contact number. And I didn't even say I'm gonna talk to her about the business. We just stay in contact, and I may be able to call her the next day or whatever. Or maybe where I'm at a park and I always see her running at that park, and we have a conversation. Don't get her number, but I can still put her name on my list. Why? Because I know where to find her. I know if I go to the park again tomorrow at the same time, she's going to be there. So I still put her on my list, on my radar. Everybody you put on your active prospecting list doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to prospect them, but it gives you work. It gives you work to do. So if you have nobody to prospect, you go to active prospecting list, you call those people. Any questions on that? Any questions? We're going over how to find the people. Social media. If you're not utilizing your Facebook, your Instagram, if you don't have it, do it today what others want to have tomorrow what others can't. Create one. Create one. Start at finding friends on there, befriending people, things like that. That is just people to talk to. That's all it is. The more people you have to talk to, the more people you have to share your business with, the more people you have to share your products with, the more people you have to take advantage of as a relation to sharpening your skill sets because you're talking. The activity of prospect recruiting. So we went over the mindset. How our mindset is supposed to be. We understand it's delayed gratification. We detach our most of the outcome. We understand because we're skilless. We are not going to expect too much too fast. We understand that. Also, we know we have our energy together. We're going in there. I'm going to win. I'm going to prospect. I'm going to sign them up. Doesn't mean they're going to sign up, but I expect everybody to want to see this. Why? Because I know what I have to offer. And I expect everybody to sign up when they see this. Why? Because I know what this business is doing for me and doing for other people. That's the attitude. But it doesn't mean that everybody's going to sign up. But it doesn't mean that everybody's going to get involved and watch the business or look at the business. But it does mean if you approach every situation with that type of attitude, with that type of energy, what that means is you're going to be the best Nevada commercial. And that's all you have to be. The best to see the business, wants to see the business, and they're open. And now you become a Nevada bridge and take that person from not seeing it to seeing it. Whether it's a Tuesday presentation, it's on the phone with your upline leader, or you do it yourself. Either way. And let me touch on that really quickly. It's about time a lot of you all need to start doing your own presentations. Why? The whole point of this is to become more and more independent. I realized that in the last couple of with Dr. London. I realized that within the first week, because I was putting people in front of him every single day. I had a saying, sir, I stack them up, you knock them down for me. And it took 2 sharp people who I thought was sharp to get on the phone with Dr. London, and he wasn't available at the time. And I said, oh no, I can't have my business stacked like this. I got to learn how to do mistakes myself. And I did. And after week 5, I was presenting in front of the whole room. Yes, not 5 months, 5 weeks. 5 weeks. And now, not only my business is not stagnant, I can build my business whenever I want, but I can build my business whatever I want. What do I mean by that? Because when I have a guest, not only I can do the presentation for them, But when I signed Mr. Lamarck up for the first time today, he's so excited. And he said, you know what? He told me back an hour after I signed up and said, I got 2 people who want to hear what I heard. If I go, oh, okay, let me see if my upline is available. No, I got to be able to do it because I keep my doors open. I keep that money flowing into my account. Does that make sense? So if you cannot sing the Leviticus song as if you wrote it, what do? Start trying to sing. Not in real life. I've heard some of you guys sing. Yeah, I know. Can't sing like me. But yes, you have to keep on trying to do the presentation. And that's how we develop the presentation where we develop it so you can read it verbatim, if that makes sense. So now we have the people. We're identifying the people. We have our list. We have our hunters hat on for those that already went over their list. And now you're out and about, you're prospecting, recruiting, while you're at the gas station, while you're dropping the kids at soccer practice, while you're going here, while you're going there, you're recruiting around everything you do. Now, or the next hard part, because you know you see that person, you know you got to talk to that person, but you can't even move. You can't even walk towards them. Nervous, you're frustrated, whatever, not frustrated, but you're kind of fearful, whatever the case may be, you start to sweat and you never move. Who can relate to that? If that's you, if you can relate to that, unmute yourself and say
Hi. Hi.
I can relate to that. I can relate to that. Even myself. Yes. 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 Even myself. And I wasn't necessarily fearful to talk to people. What got me, it was certain type of people that I was kind of like nervous, or I would overthink it. But I would quickly stomp that idea or that thought out by saying, no, go talk to them. Because if you never talk to them, it's already a no. If you don't say nothing, it's already a no. So you might as well go confirm the no, number one. And 2, in order for me to get the lifestyle I want, I got to get this. So just go. What's the worst they can do is say no to me anyway. So let me just hear it. And then I will go and I will just do it and just go. And then it took enough people saying, sure. I took a look. I'm like, oh my God. Some people do willing to see it faster. They wouldn't. And now it's like just whatever. But the point I'm trying to make is I was still now it could be President Biden, Barack Obama, I don't know, whoever, LeBron James. I'm still trying to recruit them. I was maybe not, obviously not the president because they're not going to probably join the market. But the point I'm trying to make is it's nobody out there. But I don't know. It's just because at the end of the day, all you can do is tell me no. All you can do is tell me no. So when you have your people you want to go talk to, and even something you may even get nervous, even being on the phone, you're not even face them. Sense. So the only way, what I'm saying is the way we can overcome that, the way you overcome that is just by doing it. Now, I'm going to go over what you're going to say. Okay? But more importantly, I'm going to go over the concepts. And a lot of you guys have heard this a lot. And I'm going to go over not only the concepts, I'm going to give you ideas of what I say. But this is how you truly learn. It's not like a test. So when you say that again, and you study it. No, it's not that. Network marketing is not that. This is like, how you do it again? You show me that dance move, that step, and then you go on a dance floor and you try to do it. That's what this is. So the point I'm trying to make is, how do you learn what to say? The way you learn what to say is when you talk to 10 people, you have 10 different experiences, 10 different scenarios to pull from to learn what to say. Does that make sense? So when you say, I don't know what to say to this, I don't know what to say to that, it's because you haven't put yourself in enough situations. It's not, I can't think of any objection that someone can give me and I'm like, stumped. I'm like, because I've heard it all. I've heard it all and I've overcame them all. And not overcame them in one way. I have, as they give me the objections, I'm thinking in my head, okay, which tool am I going to use to knock this one out? I'm going to use this one, they all work. But at one point in time, I was in my, okay, now what do I say to somebody that says, hey, what do I say do this? How do I go and approach that person? I don't need to talk about what do I say? I don't know what to say. I was at that point. And sometimes when I started doing it, I said the wrong things. I stuck. I like your Nike shoes. These are not Nike, these Reeboks. Oh, I'm sorry. I messed up, but I just kept.
You're frozen. Okay. I thought it was just me. I was like, is he frozen?
Oh, am I frozen?
No, you is.
He's good.
Oh,
The last 60 seconds, sir. The last 60 seconds.
So you couldn't hear anything?
At the last minute.
For like the last minute.
Oh, yeah, I missed it. I gave you guys the pin,
Yeah.
my bank account. I was wondering why you guys were saying I'm just playing. Okay, what's the last thing you heard?
The Nike shoes, but they was Adidas.
Yeah. So the Medicare is, but I went through it and I grew through it and got better, better, better. So when you see the person that you're talking to, or when you want to reach out to the person you're calling them, or you're reaching out to somebody on Instagram, social media, Facebook, and if you do that, I will stay away from texting. Because so they can hear that you are a real person. You're not a robot. It's too much of that going on social media. So when you identify your person, the biggest thing, step one, is find a way to at least give that person one compliment. Compliment the prospect. Compliment the prospect. Hey, Tanisha, how you doing? You don't know who I am. My name is JR. We follow each other on Facebook, and I just came across your page. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I got a little intrigued. Every other page, you were smiling, and I see you looking very sharp. Let me ask you, what do you do for a living? If you don't mind me asking. And let that thing fly. But don't let it fly and wait for it. Do another one. 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 While that thing is flying, you're doing more. Planting more seeds, but that was more something else I want to talk about, because right now I'm talking about compliment the prospect. So let me get my thoughts back again. So compliment the prospect. That is big. That is big. Hey, I just had to come in. I know you just got your coffee by the head out, but I just had to stop it because, first of all, your energy, I just saw you there, some feel good information as it relates to, I don't know, you pepped them up. I like that. I like it. What do you do for a living? Hey, Stacy. Ooh, Stacy, I like your hair. Well, obviously, I wouldn't say Stacy because I don't know who you are. It's co-market. Hey, how you doing? Who did that? Where'd you go? Start a conversation. Edify. Does that make sense? So that right there is also a skill set. Learning how to edify. You smell good. That's amazing. What type of perfume is that? What type of cologne is that? Oh, that's a nice car. What do you do? I've said this to people. Oh, that is a nice car. I don't even know. Yeah, I do. So what do you do? And confident the prospect is big. Why? Because it builds instant rapport. Think about how you feel when a random person says, I like this, I like that, whatever. They give you a compliment. It feels good. So it builds instant rapport, and it also does what? It brings down those walls of defense. They're more receptive of whatever you want to share with them after the compliment, especially if, and not if, the compliment has to be genuine. You can't say, oh my God, I like the car. And the car's all beat up and like a Pinto. And no, they're like, no, you can't do that. It has to be real. It has to be real. Makes sense? So that's the first thing. You compliment the process. Next is you want to be in a hurry. That is big. And when I say be in a hurry, I don't mean talking fast. I just mean you have things to do. You have places to go. So you can talk to somebody, you call them, you can say things like, I know you're about to head out, but I just want to talk to you really quickly because you look too sharp. You did this, you said that, whatever. Or when you call people and you tell them the reason why you call them is because you want to share something with them or you'll have more people to talk to. But I had to call you first because I got something very important to talk to you about. Do you have a couple minutes? You always want to be in a hurry. You got things going on. You're on the go. Why? Because that puts you in a position to where you're not going to overtalk. You can in 2 minutes seeing the business. You know, you spend the time not getting them to see your business. So you don't want to do too much talking and you're in a hurry. You got things to do. You got things to go. Places to go. Excuse me. If that makes sense. So that's the next thing. Now, number 3 is really big too. It's super big. This is where most people drop the ball. If they even pick it up in the hand, this is where they drop the ball. Number 3, you have to create and show high values. That's you having that sense of urgency. Persuasive. And for a can of paint, why would she be willing to give me her number, exchange contact with me, and talk to me tonight, tomorrow, or get on the Zoom? Because whatever I said to her, she took it as a word. It was valuable. It was worth her time. I made it important enough. And that's another reason, and the main reason why a lot of us who do not get people to the call can't get people to the call. You talk to people because you don't make it important enough. Hence, the analogy I gave you, if you want something and you need, everybody said, I'm there, I'm gonna get my money. Why? Because you're gonna make it important enough. You have to create and show high value. Now, how do you do that? First of all, you start off by doing that with your energy, with your posture, with your confidence, with your excitement. That's how you start that. But the way that you actually slam dunk it is through what? Your adjectives that you use to describe whatever you're sharing. Buzzwords. Buzzwords like what? Ground floor. You could be one of the first. People that see this now are one of the first to be exposed to the next Amazon. The next Amazon. The next Apple. This industry is recession-proof. This industry and this company, this concept is exploding even during the pandemic. Because of the pandemic, it's even exploding even more in a great money-making way. Anybody who is in need of making money and anybody who would definitely invest in Amazon when they first got started, it's a no-brainer. They have to see this. You have to see this. So you have to create so high value by what you describe it single day. It allows you to do this around everything you're doing. You don't even have to quit your job, but I'm not saying that because I want you to get involved, because it may not even be for you. So that right there, I'm gonna spend time, sorry, my ears are ears. But that right there is where a lot of us drop the ball. We may do good with excitement, energy, but then when we get to that part, we come off needy. We come off begging. And when you come off needy and you talk to people with the wrong facial expressions, with the wrong voice tones, with the wrong pitch, with no posture, like this, versus like this, when you do that, whether you realize it or not, you're coming off to that person as if you need that person. And we know that's not the case. That person is one saying it because it's real. That is the reason why Popeyes made over $25 million. Think about what I'm saying. $25 million in 10 days off one sandwich. Not the whole menu, just the one spicy chicken sandwich. Because people, when they talked about the spicy chicken sandwich, and pretty much convince people to get delivered the information with high value, with worth, they made it important enough? Yes. I mean, I will go on to believe that somebody would say, you need to go to Popeyes and get a chicken sandwich. And they say, and the person would say, well, you know what? I'm a Chick-fil-A person. And the other person would say, well, as a matter of fact, when you go, you might get two, because you're going to be pissed after you eat the first one and you was in line for 40 minutes and you know you're not trying to wait for 40 minutes. Doesn't that sound like I believe in what I have, but I'm not telling them because I'm going to come up. I'm coming off to them like they are going to add value to their life as it relates to getting a nice chicken sandwich. Is this making sense to you guys? Who's confused on this? Or any questions? You sure? I know we got it.
With you, sir.
Nah, we wait.
So, you want to break it so high? Oh, somebody got a question? Oh, somebody said, you want to create, combine with your facial expressions, combine with your voice tone. Voice tones is big. So when I talk to people, especially when I'm leaving a voice note right now, I will definitely make sure I'm sipping water and I make sure I'm standing up because I'm hoarse. But if I'm in front of people, I can still use the same type of voice tone and I can verbalize the fact that, oh, I'm the source because what I'm doing right now with you, I've been doing this every day. So I lost my voice, but I got enough to still talk to you. You need to see this. You need to see this like yesterday. Like even when I say that, I don't say you need to see this as soon as possible. You need to see this like yesterday. It's the words that I use. It's the words that you put together. And you put the right words together, combined with the right voice tones, that puts you in a position to do what? Be what? Persuasive, influential, okay? Your energy, your posture with the content makes you persuasive as it relates to that person. You know what? Okay, I'll take a look. So that is big. That is big. Then after you create and show high value, that's step 3. This is a 6-step process. Step 4. Step 4 is make the invite. Make the invitation. Put in parentheses. If I would you. If I would you. If I gave you an invite to the 7 p.m. presentation, can you, Jessica? If I set up a call with one of the top leaders of the company, with one of the top money earners of the company, can you be on that call to hear exactly why we're making a lot of money and if you qualify to take advantage of this? If I would you, I'm not going to say, okay, do you have time to take a look at the business? Do you want to take, no, that's a weak approach. It's a weak delivery. What I do is when I ask like that, all it does is bring the value down. But if I go, if I give you if I'm only going to do something for you if you do something for me. And if you don't say yes, you're going to do it, then I'm not going to give you the invite. Make the invitation. If I were you, you can do that with anything. If I can set up a time to where we can meet up and take the free pet assessment. Can we meet up? Can we hook up this time? If I was to send you a 6-minute video that talks about the business, the opportunity, 6.5 minutes, would you be able to watch it and we can talk about it right when you're done? If I gave you a sample, would you give it to your dog and connect with me as soon as your dog gobbles up that sample so we can talk about how much that dog loved the sample and what products you want to get? You can do it with everything. If I would you. And the best thing about if I would you, it gives you a straight answer. They're going to say yes or no. There's no dancing. If I do this, you move on to that, and I'm going to go into that. But what if they say no? If they say no, no, I can't. Now, sometimes they would say, no, I can't because, and then they explain why. And usually, if you do it the right way, it's because they may not have time or whatever the case would be on the time you ask them. So they say, no, I can't on Tuesday, I'm busy. Okay, that's fine. My job is to get you the information again. So when is the next time within the next 72 hours, you'll be available for 30 to 40 minutes to get all the information. So if they say no, I'm not available at that time, I literally say that's fine. That's okay. My job is just putting you in front of the information. And when you get the information, whatever you do with it, that's up to you. So when's the next time you're available? Not next week, not next month, within the next 72 hours. I'm gonna leave it up to them to say, no, I'm not available within the next 72 hours. If that's the case, then I say, okay, when are you available? And then they are going to create the world that you both are going to live in. They're going to let you know.
Hey, Mr. Van Gore.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Can you touch on I heard you say it, the 72 hours. Can you touch on the urgency on why you want to make it urgent for them to schedule the call with you?
Yes, sir. The reason why I say 72 hours is because, remember, we want to create and show high value in what we're sharing. If we really believe that we have the next Amazon, if we really believe that we have an opportunity to change somebody's life, why would you wait to share that information with them? Let me ask you a question and just think about it. And I hate to go to this extreme, but it's going to put it in better perspective. It's going to put it in better perspective. We know that cancer is killing a lot of people. It's one of the biggest killers, whatever type of cancer. So if you had the cure for it, and you want to share with somebody or any type of illness, whatever the case may be, if you had the cure for it, what would your sense of urgency be like as it relates to getting that person in front of that information or even testing that cure or getting a sample of it? You're not going to say next week, next month. You're going to say, no, you're going to do this right away. You're going to have a sense of urgency. Why? Because you want to come off that way so they even believe that you have something of worth that is valuable. So to your question, Mr. Bailey, that's the reason why I say I got to get you in front of the information like yesterday. Like, right away. Man, I can't wait to see this. What are you going to see? I don't know, but it sounds good. Does that help out, Mr. Bailey?
Absolutely, sir. I say that because I kind of had a situation where I probably could have closed the person if I would have put some urgency on it.
No problem, sir. Yes, definitely. Your sense of urgency, everything. A sense of urgency. We move fast. Money loves speed. Speed loves money. Network marketing. You always have to have a sense of this down. You always strike where the iron is hot. You always strike where the iron is hot. Because people are like an iron. People are like a candle. Eventually, it will go out. It's like a light bulb. Eventually, it will go out. So you get the most activity from people when they're hot, when they're excited. So if you already got their interest and they're willing to see it, but yet the time that you allocated is not available, you don't want to see it. You don't want them to see it next week. You don't want them to see it in 2 weeks when it's so much space in between the time that they want to see it to where what's in that space? Life, distractions, ups, downs, whatever storm, whatever the case be. If you want to get it, I forgot what was that really quickly. Give me a second. You think you make the invite. So, okay, that's what I was at. When you make the invite. Now, what if you go, if I would you, and you get to that point and say, if I gave you an invitation, can you be on this call? And they say, you know what, it's not, I'm not interested. Then what do you do? Then what do you say?
You're not interested in what?
Yep, you can say, Mom, I'm not really interested in the business. I'm not, I don't really have that much time. I'm not really interested in it. I'm good. Then what do you say?
I felt the same way as you did because I didn't think that I had the time either. But I felt like if I had missed out on this opportunity, I would have been kicking myself in the butt later if I didn't make the time.
That was golden. You gotta say that again, Ms. Beach, because that's not what I was gonna say, but that's a good one. Ms. Beach, can you say that again?
I felt the same way you did, that I didn't have the time either. But I realized upon thinking about it, that if I didn't make the time, I would be kicking myself in the butt later.
felt found. I feel you on that. I didn't have the time either. But this is what I found. That if I realized that this wasn't, of course, I'm not gonna say as good as her, but yes, still felt found. So you can say that. And this is what I say to people. When I get to that point, because I always use the invitation of knowing what you know about Amazon, would you invest in Amazon? And everybody says yes. So when I get to this point and they tell me that, no, I don't have time, and I say, but you said that you would invest in Amazon with ground floor, right? And the way you said, heck yeah. Or were you just kind of playing around when you said that? No, I was serious. Okay, good, I'm glad. Because I know this is the next Amazon. And I'm not asking you to get involved. I'm just asking you to take a look at it. So ask yourself this question. What if I am telling the truth? What if this is the next best thing that can literally change your life and help you make a lot of money? Don't you think you owe it to yourself not to get involved, but just to take a look? Just take a look. Every time when I say that, they always say yes. I think I maybe have like a 5%, a 95% success rate when they say yes. And you can definitely use Mrs. Beach to feel found. That is strong too. That is strong too. But more importantly, you are becoming an influencer and you're saying the right things to get that person, you know what? That's right. That makes sense. And the more you do it, you're going to come with even different sayings of how to overcome that hurdle. And that makes sense. So, but after that, once they say yes, I'm definitely going to, I will be there. Now you just confirmed the appointment. And when they say yes, I will. I can definitely be at the 7 p.m. presentation on Tuesday. You said, great. So when I send it to you, you definitely be on that call no later than 60 days. You get everything, correct? And the only reason I'm saying that is I only have a limited amount of invites, and I want to ensure that you're definitely going to take advantage of it. Boom. She said, yes, I'm going to be there. Okay, great. Now that you have confirmed the appointment, now you get off the phone. You get off the phone. Why? You have other things to do. You have other things to do. You're busy. You get off the phone. If it's in person, now you just go. Whatever, you go. Or if you're still in line, it's kind of awkward. You can't just go. You're standing right there. You still have a conversation, but you don't have to talk about that. Does that make sense? You already got the confirmation over there. Boom, you're good. Does that make sense, you guys? Does that make sense? So what we want to do, we want to, and literally, I know that people probably was like, okay, so damn, I've heard that over and over and over again. He said he was going to go over prospect recruiting. He was going to kill it. He was going to knock out the park. He was going to give us information that we need, that we can, but that's the same thing. I thought it was going to be something special. I can't make it up. That's how you prospect and recruit. That's it. The reason why Miss Beach, and not to highlight her right now, but she just kind of helped herself, highlight herself. The reason why she has these sayings is because she's talking to people all the time, every day. How do I know? Because I talk to her every day, like 2-3 times a day. She's doing this. Mr. Bangor was in the store, and I had my duck mask on. I had people laughing. So one person was laughing, I had a conversation with him, and I realized I had a dog, so I'm talking to this person. I can't make this up. She's doing live. She's doing this. So that's how you learn. This right here is just the starter kit, the jumpstart kit. And when you go and keep on doing it, keep on trying, but not just trying blindly. What I mean by trying blindly is mean not necessarily using the information that you're getting now to go out there and prospect and recruit, but this is what I tell people, especially for people who are new. But honestly, everybody should be doing this. For every 1 to 2 people that you talk to, well, I kind of said that wrong. After every one, no more than 2 people that you try to prospect and recruit, before you talk to the 3rd person, the 4th person, unless you just don't care, you're just going to go, which is fine. Trust me on that one. Or you have a good memory bank, so you remember all the situations. Call your upline leader and have a conversation. And that's what Miss Jessica Beach does. She calls me and she tells me about what happened in a particular scenario. And as she talks, I say, okay, hold up, man, hold up, go back. Now, when you say this, Why did they say this? See this. But next time when they say this, now you can say that. You do this. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay. So now he has a better skill set, more tools. He's more knowledgeable what to do, what not to do. Does that make sense? Makes sense, everybody? And that's all what network marketing and prospect recruiting is about. The reason why prospect recruiting is so hard to people is because they overthink it. It's a mental game for them. They overthink it. It's not a thinker's game. This is a doer's game. You just do it. You just do it. And I gave people a homework assignment the other day. I know it sounds like a joke. I kind of said it in a joke away, but I was serious. If you literally take the Forrest Gump approach, and for those who haven't seen that amazing movie, Forrest Gump, watch it, and just watch it as it relates to studying it and seeing how coachable he was, and just doing it. Everything he did it for the first time. Never. I mean, he started off with braces on his legs. Not to be a spoiler alert, but whatever the case may be. Everything he did, he wasn't the best at it. He wasn't good, but he just kept on doing it. Kept doing it. When you saw the movie Forrest Gump, you knew Forrest Gump didn't care what nobody thought about him. For real. He was getting made fun of, whatever the case may be, but he just kept on doing it. And y'all remember that movie? He ended up a billionaire at the end of the movie. So what I'm saying, and this, everything that you do in network marketing, and especially prospect and recruiting, the way that you learn is not by thinking, it's by doing. And thinking either while you're doing it or after you do it, but the doing has to continue. It has to constantly be happening. You have to constantly put yourself into action. So I'm gonna give you guys a blueprint. If you're truly wanting to build a large organization, we need to do what? We need to understand and I'm gonna end with this, the compensation plan. The compensation plan. Because that's how you make money in this company, is by understanding and working the compensation plan. Okay? So you have the compensation plan right here. All right? And you make money as you rank up with PV and volume. PV and GV, which is volume, which you sell. But as you can see here, you need active legs, certain active legs to move up the marketing plan. Okay, the marketing plan. Now, you said, let's say, right, first of all, the goal, the ranking that everybody wants to try to hit, definitely right away, especially like I hope my leaders, all of my leaders, everybody wants to strive to be a leader in the organization, in this company. RD's where is that? When you're striving to hit RD, and you hit RD, that lets you know, oh yeah, you're taking it seriously. You're serious. You got your GV, you got your PV, you got 5 active legs, you're signing people up. You're helping people in your organization sign people up. You're teaching, you're selling, you're helping them to sell. You got 2 RPCs. And if you got 2 RPCs in you, then you have what? You probably got an APC. You have other people in your organization. That's when you're taking this really seriously. You become an RD. But in order to become an RD or even an area director or an RPC, you need legs. You need people in your organization. And not just anybody, active people. And we know we're not in a perfect world, and network marketing is not a perfect world. So for example, in order for you to hit RPC, you need 400 PV, 1500 GV, and 3 active legs. That means you need to sign up at least 3 people, and each of those 3 people need at least 250 PV. Now we know that everybody that gets involved in the business is not going to take it seriously. You know that. Most people are not. Most people are going to make excuses, whatever the case may be. That's okay. And that's even more reasons why we learn how to prospect, recruit, and keep on bringing people to the opportunity, keep putting them in front of information, signing people up to where you sign enough people into your organization to where the people who really want it, the people who want to win, the people that want to take their business and this company to the next level, they are just going to pop up. But you have to go out and find them first. And what I mean first, like for example, right now, I don't necessarily have to find them. If Miss Beach is one, I didn't find her. I didn't sign her up in my organization. The person that signed her up, I didn't sign that person up. The person that signed that person up, I didn't sign that person up. The person that signed that person up, I didn't sign that person up. I could probably say that another one more time before it gets to me. So, but what I'm saying to build my organization first to where I started signing people up until I got somebody else that was like me trying to sign people up. And everybody else just played their role. Everybody else just served their purpose, whatever their purpose is, whether it's coming in for a product and they do nothing else, whether it's just getting active every single month, whether it's selling a couple of products every single month, whether it's just coming to the cause, and that's it. That's okay. They determine what their purpose is, but you determine what your purpose is. And if your purpose is going to the top, if your purpose is being a leader, if your purpose is building a large organization, then you just make sure that you stay in phase one by prospecting, recruiting, developing the skills through the process, and lean on the leaders of the company. Lean on myself. Allow us to teach you. That's how I learned. I didn't learn off aggressive ignorance. I did not learn off of aggressive ignorance. When I was in ACM, when I first got involved, I was aggressive and I was ignorant as it relates to how to be successful in network marketing. I was in that company for a year and a half, and I didn't even sign up with double digits people, maybe 7 or 8. My best month in Nevada, I think I signed up maybe like 15 people. And that was back when it was $800 each in 1 month. I got better. And the reason why I got better is not just because it was necessary aggressive ignorance. It got to the point to where it was aggressive or knowledge on fire. As it relates to the knowledge came from Dr. London. Remember, I had a saying, I stacked them up, he knocked them down. So every time when I put people in front of him, whether it was live, in person, or on the phone, I studied him. I watched what he said. I heard how he said it. I heard all the different stories. I heard it so many times. So one day I called him and said, oh my God, sir, you'll never believe this. I was doing a presentation, I was talking to somebody, and without even trying, I was sounding just like you. We here. You know what? That's one of the perks of you all finding this so early. You have the opportunity to learn and study us so you can learn and sound like us. I don't mean be us, but sound like a top network marketer that makes top network marketing money. There are people that wish they found their company so early to where they can learn from the top leaders. You do, to where you're here seeing me humbly in my basement with a regular shirt an hour and a half ago, but it's going to come a point in time to where nobody will pretty much see me in this type of element. They just won't. They'll see me on the stage, Mr. Van Gore, this, but you guys are seeing me now. Same way a lot of guys see Dr. London now. And there's going to be people that won't see him in that element. When they see him, he's Dr. Lance London, CEO of the company. Take advantage of that. Does that make sense, you guys? So the way you take advantage is by, one, calling us every single day, being extremely coachable, trusting that everything that we're teaching you is going to help you change your life, but it starts also by coming to everything, guys. That's the weekly classwork assignment and homework assignment. I want everybody to start drilling to themselves and to their team. You got to come to everything. When you sign people up, that's the first thing you do. You teach them is to come to everything. Be extremely coachable. Call your upline leader every day. But you want to come to everything because everything we do is learn. You learn everything. Come to everything. You have to make a point to try to come to everything. That's the only way you're going to learn everything you learn. But not just that, you're going to get the information, but now you got to apply it. That's half of the deal. You can come to everything and still not make no money. If you just come to everything, you don't do nothing, then you might as well call yourself Webster, the source. You're just storing information, not doing nothing with it. Make sense? So it's part of it. It's coming to everything, getting the information like you hear now, and then applying it. So the last thing I'm gonna end with you guys is readers are achievers. 2 books I want you guys to get ASAP and read it from front to back, and then inspire, motivate, push your team to do the same thing. And the first book is the training manual. The training manual. We took time. We didn't copy and paste that training manual. We didn't just put some, we took time to develop that training manual. Why? Because we wanted people to be trained with A1 information so they can make money, because the more money y'all make, the more money the company makes. So it's in our best interest to develop a fire training manual. The training manual. What else? Pet work marketing. Yes. The book that comes in the business kit, or you can buy it just by itself from your back office. These are phenomenal reads in network marketing and in life. Readers are achievers. Readers are achievers. Rich people educate themselves. Poor people entertain themselves. We know that. We know that. So these are things that we can start doing to start molding our mindset. Get drenched. There you go. No takers are money makers. Should unmute yourself and say that one. That's a good one too, Mr. Coleman. Absolutely right. We have to continue. We have years, decades of the wrong information in our head. It's not just going to evaporate overnight, in a month, in a week. No, you have to get this information. So the training manual and pet work marketing, that book. If you do not have that book, get that book and read it over and over and over again. Why? The new lifestyle is at stake. The new lifestyle is right there for us. We just got to go get it. And last but not least, again, you guys, come to everything. Come to everything. Come to everything. Come to everything. Drill this to your team. Drill this to your team. But guess what? All you can do is lead a horse to water. You can't make him drink. So the point I'm trying to make is, all you can do is your part. And by you doing your part of drilling this information to your team, teaching them, trying to guide them, inspire them, just like I'm doing with you all, regardless of what they do, regardless of what you all do, I'm still getting better. And that's what matters. So now, the right person comes to my organization, I'm even a better compacting consultant. I'm even a better upline mentor for that person to take that person to the land of success. Does that make sense? So, before I close out and save the rest of my voice, anybody have any questions? Any questions? Because I'm going to be talking about prospective recruiting a lot during the trainings. I'm going to come up with different types of ways of training, information to keep you guys intrigued and keep the show rolling. But does anybody have any questions about what we went over? I have a question for you guys. I've been contemplating this. We have our presentation on Tuesdays, right? If I start hosting presentations on Saturdays as well, so we have Tuesdays and Saturdays, don't just say yes to say it. Please don't. Those you know me, I like to speak. Just think about it. Will you all be going out of your way to get guests to put them on that Saturday presentation? I'm thinking about doing it like maybe like 4 3 o'clock here, and Mountain Time is 1 o'clock. That's hosting to give you guys 2 platforms, Tuesday presentations during the week, and for those that are really busy during the week, the guests, and they have more time freedom on Saturday, you can put them on a call on a Zoom presentation Saturday. Would you guys be going out of your way to go get guests and build your business?
Yes, sir.
That's one person.
Yes. Yes. Sounds like a plan, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Because the reason why I'm asking, because if I'm doing this for you all. We're doing this for you all. And that's one of the perks of blessings. They're not top level marketers doing it no more. You know, let somebody else do it. I've been there, done that. I pay my dues. So I'm doing this for you all, but I'm being transparent. When we have the let me go ahead and stop what's name on this part. When we have these blasts and I'm going out of my way to do presentations every day, and I don't have to. I'm doing it for you all, and no one goes out of their way to get on or have guests. It's like, do they even appreciate? Do they even want this? I'm just out here. I mean, I do my own presentation. You know what I mean? So right now, I'm not. It's kind of speaking from the heart. It's kind of speaking from the heart because I'll do 3 presentations. If you guys need me, I'm there. But the same way how I'm going out of my way, and not just myself, because probably going to have leaders participate too, but the same way how we're going out of our way to help you great to build your business, you have to put at least that much effort, if honestly more, for your business. Would you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
That's
sir.
one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely, sir.
You guys know what I love. You know what I want. I need the voices. I need the voice tones. I need to hear your voice. The yes, sirs on the chat is good, but I need to hear it. I need to hear it. I want to know how real it is. Because remember, we're in a real business. Authenticity. Everything here, I'm always here from the heart. Everything is real. So that being said, you have today's what, Wednesday? You have tonight. Today is Wednesday. Yeah, today's Wednesday. You have tonight, Thursday, Friday, Saturday morning to recruit for Saturday. So if you had somebody that was supposed to get on a call yesterday, didn't get a call, you can talk to them, know there'll be another one. And we do this every Saturday. That makes sense, you guys? So I will send the link out I will send the link out Saturday after 10, after morning. Saturday, 4 o'clock. I'm sorry, 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock Eastern time. 3 o'clock Eastern time. And that's 2 o'clock Mountain time, 12 o'clock West Coast time. Oh no, 1 o'clock Mountain time. But 3 p.m. Eastern time. 3 p.m. every Saturday. We're going to build, and we're going to build big. But the only way we can do that if you guys get guests. So start utilizing the information went over tonight. To start what? Talking to people, coming off influential. I even said this to people like, they were kind of like standoff. So what do you have to lose? You may see this Stephanie and say, you know what? I told you, Junior. I told you, Coach B. I told you, Bangor, whatever they call me. This is not for me. Or Stephanie, you may see this and say, oh, man, OMG. Why did you hit me over the head and drag me to one of these earlier? I didn't know what this is. You won't know. But you won't know until you see it. So what do you got to lose? Use adjectives, use analogies, use similarities, use metaphors to get people to say, you know what? She's right. He's right. Okay, I'll take a look because she's right. If I miss out on something by saying no to somebody I didn't know, I'll be kicking myself in the butt. Make sense? Oh, took a lot of great nothing and we're going to apply it. So let's start applying. Call me when you need me. Call your upline leader when you need them. But make sure you come to everything so you can make some money. You got to learn a lot to earn a lot. Learn a lot to earn a lot. So that's my time, you guys. I will see you at the top. But before we get there, I will see my organization tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. The Medical Success Bar Train. Everybody have a great night.
Thank you, sir.
I'm telling you, the people that see this on the group me that wasn't on, and there's a lot of people saying it in their own words, it's energy.